Stephanie Deeds, your favorite realtor here at the Deeds Group at Point Realty, and I have your market update for February 2025. So, some very interesting information. I actually am doing things a little bit differently this time around. I've always done Tarrant County, Ellis County. I've always kind of looked at it from a county perspective. So I'm going to do it a little bit more hyper-local this time around. We're going to look at the areas that we are seeing clients in the most frequently. So we're going to kind of go Mansfield, Arlington, Burleson, Midlothian, Fort Worth, and Grand Prairie. Those are kind of the areas that we're focusing on. So some of Tarrant County and some of Ellis County. So interestingly enough, in Mansfield, please do not panic when I say this. The average sales price has changed from $530 to about $480 year over year. Now I want to make sure that we understand what that means. Because the average sales price has gone down, that does not mean that home prices have dropped from the 530s to the 480s. That means that what people are buying this month versus what people were buying last year is different. It means that the affordability is a little bit less, and that could be affected by interest rates or whatever it is. It could be that there are more pre-owned homes being sold versus new construction, because new construction tends to be higher. So what we're seeing in Mansfield is that people are spending a little bit less, but it does not mean that your home values are going down, okay? In Mansfield, also the interesting thing is we actually had a reduction in the days on market from last year to this year. So we went from 95 to 82 for our average days on market. So that's good news. That means that the market is starting to speed up a little bit. So it's kind of an interesting phenomenon. Typically when you see more inventory, you see days on market go up. But what's happening right now is even though we have more inventory, we also have more buyers entering the marketplace than we did last year. People have started to settle into the idea that interest rates are probably not going to be 3% again. And even if they do go down, it might take a minute. Nobody really knows what's going on. And the people who've been sitting around for 2 years going, I'm not going to buy until interest rates go down, have decided that if they do that, they're never going to get to buy. So we're seeing more and more buyers enter the marketplace. So more inventory, but also more buyers. Also, like I said, more inventory, more homes for sale. So in Arlington, for example, we went from 500 homes last year to this year having 645. That's a pretty good increase in the number of homes for sale. And we are also seeing kind of, I don't know that I would say even an increase or a decrease. It's not terribly different, the number of closed homes that are happening in those areas. So Mansfield went up from 70 to 84, but Arlington actually was about the same, right around 210. Burleson went down a smidge, Midlothian went up just a smidge. Fort Worth actually dropped almost 100 houses from 815 to 720. And Grand Prairie also went down a little bit. So the number of closed transactions overall in the marketplace and other statistics I've seen, the number of closed transactions is going up. So it's interesting that in some of these hyper-local areas, we are seeing them go down. And again, that doesn't mean that bad things are happening in that area necessarily. It just means that buyers have chosen a different place at that moment in time, if that makes any sense. Okay, so really interesting information. We're gonna have all of this in graphics. If you're watching this in an email video, then it's in the email. If you're watching it on social media, it's in the comments. So these graphics will be available for you to look at the numbers. If you have questions about any of it, always, if there's anything I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out. Call, text, email, send a smoke signal, carrier pigeon, all of those good things. Let me know what we can do to help. We would love to be your local expert. Thanks so much for watching.